everybody. Welcome to My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina, and I've got some dystopian Black Mirror-ish type information.
You know how much I love that.
With you.
That's my favorite shit.
So I'm perusing my Apple News app. What's going on over coffee? And I happened to see an article in the Wall Street Journal with the title, Grindr aims to build the dating world's first AI wingman. So the dating app is testing an AI bot for gay and bi men that would scout for long-term relationship prospects, set up dates, and even date other wingmen for you.
That's other wingmen for me. That's fucking weird.
I have some questions. So is this basically like what we were talking about before when they were talking about introducing, like having an AI? So would the wingman chat with your prospective date? How does this work?
Yeah, basically what it is that like it would literally, take your profile and basically like AI go through everyone else's profile on Grindr and be like, oh, these people seem like good long-term relationship prospects.
Okay, well that makes sense to me.
And then it would talk to their AI wingmen and go on like dates with them, simulated dates.
I'm sorry.
How does that help me?
That's not helpful.
Our
wingmen got along. What? That's so weird. I don't know.
Maybe I truly believe. I feel like I watched that Black Mirror episode where that
feels dystopian. Yes,
where they were like going on those virtual dates with each other. So this is set to be out and rolling in the next couple of years, and it's like it's only a matter of time before like Tinder and all the other apps pick up stuff like that.
I know we're all short on time. We live in a busy world. Grind, hustle, grind, whatever. I get it. But this I completely understand why there's been a rise in kind of like dystopian, post-apocalyptic, zombie kind of movie horror tropes that have come out. Like that has been a bit of a trend, like a lot of like post-apocalyptic things like Last of Us and Walking Dead and all those things, because I do think that there is something in us that wants to see it all go down. Because we are making our lives so... all these things are meant to simplify our lives, but all I can think to me is that they feel more stressful. Like this to me feels more anxiety inducing than just like meeting someone and connecting with them right away. I feel like I would be way more nervous going on a date with someone who I've never talked to, that my AI wingman is like, this is a good match for you. Like I feel like that would be way more anxiety provoking than meeting somebody out in the real world, connecting with them, exchanging numbers, and then going on a date. That feels way less stressful to me.
And let me tell you, so Eric was running errands yesterday and he got back and he was so frustrated because he went to 2 different Taco Bells that no longer have cashiers. Their drive-through is an AI chatbot and it fucked up his orders. So he got frustrated and he drove off and he went to a different Taco Bell that also had the AI chatbot drive-through that was backed up because it kept getting fucked up. So then he went inside the Taco Bell. They don't even have the menu anymore. They have kiosks where you order.
Yeah, I've used the kiosk before. Yeah.
And people... So I'm just saying that like at this point, the AI chatbot is not skilled enough to even run a Taco Bell drive-through. So you're telling me that you want to trust my love life to that person, to that thing. Like, that's kind of how I feel. Like, bitch, you can't handle a chalupa order. You can't handle a fucking date.
I feel like I'm a broken record with this because I think I've said this before, but we're not doing ourselves any favors by removing connection. Like we all look and we lament at the way the world has gone and all the division and why are people this way and blah, 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 blah. And it's because we don't fucking have to interact with each other anymore. Mm-hmm. Like we don't have to have real, actual connection with people anymore. Like, do I use self-checkout if I'm in a hurry at the grocery store? Abso-fucking-lutely. And I'm grateful for that option. But is it also nice to know that the grocery store that I go to every single week, that I know that Reggie, who's working the cashier just went on vacation to the Philippines and was gone for a month, and I noticed that he came back, and I asked him how his vacation was. And you can have that kind of like
do?
I did. Yes. Oh. And like you can have that kind of like human connection with other people. And that is so important. And something in our brains is going to atrophy if we don't have to use that. And what's going to happen to us? Like, what's going to happen to us as a society if we don't know how to interact with other people in like the real world? I'm so fucking serious.
I truly think that the division that we're seeing right now is wholly the apps as well as social media in general are wholly responsible for where we're at right now in this country. The algorithms and everything just designed to keep us like so in our camps and in our bubbles.
Yeah. So separate.
I want to see the death of the apps and as well as the death of social media. I truly think social media does not add anything positive at this point in society. I think it should be heavily regulated. It's causing teenage girls massive anxiety, suicides, all of this stuff. I just think it's a net negative for society in general.
Yeah, there are times when I'm on TikTok and something will come across my TikTok and I'm like, this is why we have the internet. And this is bringing me joy. You know what I mean? And I'm enjoying this.
I'm the one person here that like is almost never on social media.
It's Pesto. It's Pesto the penguin now that's like, keeping it going for me.
Moo Dang brought us all together. I appreciate that. Every now and again, there's like something that happens that unites us across the aisle, like we join hands. I think that was funny when we were talking about the what's in the rug thing, and Cassie sent that and that TikTok where he's like, what's in the rug? Togetherness, like bringing us all together. Every now and again, the internet gets it right. And I can see why I can see its usefulness, right? Because in all the ways that it separates us, there is the potential for it to really connect us. And there's the potential for like, if you are that one weird kid in your small town that like nobody gets you, there is this potential to have access to this wide world where you can find other weirdos like you. And isn't that a beautiful thing?
Right.
But the way that it is being used currently, I don't feel good.
No.
Most of the time. Like whenever I'm on the internet. And the reason why I use TikTok more than any other kind of app is because it is passive. I can just scroll. It's not something that I don't feel pressure to post on there. Like it's something that I can just find communities. And like you said, the algorithm, pros and cons, it does feel safe to me because it has been constructed for me. So I know that shit's not going to pop up on there. That's going to like, really upset me. But at the same time, I've seen the negative effects of what can happen when people get so entrenched in their camps and the algorithm is only feeding you a certain thing. Yep. It's only feeding you outrage. It's only feeding you misinformation. It's only feeding you these things because that's what we live in, a capitalist society. And the longer you stay on this website, the more money they make. And so they'll do whatever detrimental thing to your mental health to keep you on that website, And I've never used a dating app. I'm feeling really good that it looks like dating apps are kind of losing popularity, losing steam. I think that that's better for us in general. I think it's going to have to force us to get out there and make some real, actual human connections, which I think we need to be doing.
I think COVID actually has a hand in that. I think people were so sick of not like virtual hangouts and virtual meetings and virtual this and virtual that it was like, fuck, I just want to like leave my house and see somebody in real human life,
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got to learn how to communicate in real human life then, if that's what we're going to do. We got to catch up to that. Like if we're going to we can't just be you can't let the internet raise you and the comment section raise you, and then get out there all feral and try and like talk to somebody in real life. You know, you gotta like do the work to figure that out.
Yeah. I wonder. I really do. If we can't even regulate guns, I don't see us like regulating social media in any meaningful
Well, it doesn't
way.
benefit the machine to regulate social media. That is the only way it will be regulated, right? Like the reason why the regulations for TikTok are potentially going to be going through is because it benefits the people it benefits. You know what I mean? Other than that, I mean, we basically live in a corporatocracy, and Amazon, Facebook, or Meta, you know, Twitter, these things kind of run the world. And if it doesn't benefit them to put regulations on it, why would they?
Right.
Why would they do that?
Oof.
Anyway,
that's our soapbox.
Politics corner. You come here for fun. This is where you come for fun. I hope you're happy.
Good times. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hope you're happy.
Could we see any benefit at all to an AI wingman on the dating apps? If that AI wingman could also search to see if that potential date had, like, I don't know, domestic violence charges.
Well, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I could see the benefit or the potential benefit of using AI to. There's a lot of profiles, right, on any given app or any given site. I could see AI, you know, being able to go through, scan and pool. These are the 20 most compatible based on our algorithm. So you can then go through and like make an actual human connection with those 20 profiles or whatever, just to like, you know, limit the number that you're having to sift through potentially. I could see that potentially being beneficial. Right. You know, because I did the time left thing, and they use an algorithm. Like you do the questionnaire, and they use an algorithm to pair you with people who they think you're going to have the best time at dinner with. And for me, I feel like that was a successful experience. So I could see that being useful. Where it ceases to be useful to me is when you then have it step in and make the conversation and make the connection and do all of the work. Like, no, we have to be responsible for doing the work of connecting. Like, I think that needs to be on us, okay? Like, as human beings, if we want to hang on to our humanity.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think using it to like sort or to figure out if that person's like a catfish or a bot, because there's so many bots online too now, like on social media and the app.
Scary.
That if it's like figuring out like, oh, this person's not a real person.
Right. This is a restaurant that's trying to lure me to, because remember that happened?
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
It's like a restaurant set up a profile and then stood them up at dinner because it was all a ruse just to get them to go to fucking Chili's or whatever.
Right. I'm seriously always shocked at the people who will post these stupid AI generated photos and like so serious about them, like nobody's gonna post this picture about our troops. It's like because this guy has 7 fingers. Like that's not.
Yeah, AI isn't good enough yet for us to be buying this shit, dude. Like what is happening?
Did he get that extra finger during his service? Like,
did you see JD Vance's AI like photo or whatever that was going around? That was like a serious glow up. Like it's so ridiculous. I'm with you. Every time I see an AI photo, I'm like, who actually thinks this is a real photograph?
There's so many people that do. There's so many people who are just like,
there are so many people that do.
It's scary.
You know,
it's scary.
I have to say this since you brought up JD Vance. Have you seen Haley Joel Osment doing JD Vance? He's so fucking funny. I have never, I'm going to be honest, and this says something about me that I need to deconstruct, but like I've never been more attracted to Haley Joel Osment than I am right now, because I'm just like, I didn't know that he had this kind of, like, yes, you were a talented child actor, but I had no idea you had this kind of comedic timing. That's amazing.
Yeah. No,
Oh
so
my God.
good.
It's
Such
so
a
funny.
good impersonation. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, you guys want to hop into stories?
Sure. Okay. I can kick us off with a short but terrifying one, if you'd like.
God.
Do it.
Okay. If I said anything remotely associated with any state, he would tell me the age of consent for that state. Needless to say, I did not call his ass back.
Oh.
That's not a party trick for you to just like, I know the age of consent in every United state.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's
Why
not
do you know that information?
That's not the brag you think it is.
It's
sir.
fucking
That's
weird.
Not like, I know the capital of every state.
Exactly.
Or I
Like
know
to
the
present it
governor
like
of every
that.
state. Like,
It's so fucking bizarre.
Ugh. I don't love that. That's not cute. I'm so sorry if you can hear this cough drop in my mouth. I'm going through some things.
It's okay. It's okay.
Met a guy on a coffee shop date. Within 3 minutes of meeting me, he informed me that I was going to be his girlfriend, that if I was going to be his girlfriend, he expected me to participate in threesomes. I told him no, and that I was leaving now. I told him not to follow me, get out to my car, and that I had a Glock in my car. The fool followed me to my car.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God. Listen, it's not unreasonable to say like what you want out of a relationship. It's also not unreasonable for someone to say, nope, that
No,
doesn't
thank
work
you.
for
It doesn't
me,
work for me. Yeah.
and walk away. So, yikes. Okay. I was dating this girl for about 2 months. We weren't too serious, but I liked her well enough. One day, she forgot to bring her lunch to work, so I DoorDashed her some food straight to her work as a surprise. I didn't hear back from her for 2 weeks until she finally decided to message me and tell me the DoorDash guy gave her his number and she decided to start dating him instead.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, that's why I use Uber Eats now.
Jesus. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Wow. Like, but you know what? Guy's got game. He shot his shot and it worked out.
Yep.
You know what, though? I feel like that's unnecessary information to give your date. Like, I feel like you can just be like, I don't think this is going to work out. Thank you for sending me food. You don't got to rub it in his face. That's like...
Seriously, that's mean.
It's mean. It's so mean.
You know what? The Uber Eats or the DoorDash guy was way hotter than you. So bye.
Yeah. Sorry. This is your fuck up for sending him to my house.
Yep.
Okay. He spent the whole day talking about himself, then cried about his rabbit that died when he was 8.
Oh my God.
And as a result, and I need more information. This is a very short story because it says, cried about his rabbit that died when he was 8. And as a result, he only had 1 testicle from the trauma. I need more information. Brought his own protein shakes on the date. And when I said no to a second date, he seemed surprised because he could, quote, smell my desire.
Oh my God.
Why? Ew.
That's disgusting. I hate that.
Hate it.
So gross.
Fucking hate it.
Also, yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Here?
I'd need to time out that conversation and be like, what does your rabbit dying have to do with the fact that you only have 1 testicle? I need to.
He's like,
no.
I grief cut one off. What?
Yeah. Did your rabbit bite one of your testicles and choke on it, and that's how they died? Is that what happened? What happened?
No.
I need
Stop
to
it.
know. I need to
No
know.
more speculation from Megan. I hate that. That's awful.
Well, listen.
Went on an ice skating date once. He spent the entire time debating me on everything. I couldn't say a single thing without him giving his opinion on why I was wrong. That sounds like you were on a date with an Aries, and I apologize on behalf of all Aries, but I couldn't say, oh yeah. Then he asked me like 8 times if he could touch my butt. This place was filled with kids. He just wouldn't take no for an answer. Needless to say, there wasn't a second date.
No.
That's such a weird thing to I mean, the bar's on the floor. At least he asked. However,
Really? Yeah.
However, what a weird thing to ask somebody. Like, it's also, sometimes I'm just like, do you guys not understand how uncool this makes you sound. Like sometimes I'm just like, just for the sheer like uncool factor of having to ask that, you know, like getting to, why it's weird. Why would you do that?
Touch your butt?
Can I touch it? No. Are you in 8th grade? Ugh.
All right. This one is my nightmare. We were at a bar having a drink and good conversation when out of nowhere and with no warning, an improv show started and we were basically held hostage as audience members.
No.
It is your worst
You know
nightmare.
what? Also, I'm getting to the age where I'm like, if I want to leave, I'm going to fucking leave. You know?
Yeah,
I'm just like, you can't keep me here, improv people. You can't keep me here.
All I could see is that meme where she grabs her purse and just like gets up. I'm like,
bye.
That's literally me in my head.
No, I didn't sign up for this. I did not sign up for this.
No.
Rarely do I actually sign up for improv.
Right.
You know, and even then I have to ready myself mentally. You can't spring this shit on me. That's not okay. Okay. I once met up with someone. We went for a walk and he immediately asked me to buy him dinner. After dinner, he asked me to lend him €20. Then he asked me for bus fare home.
Oh my God, dude.
I was getting
like
a taxi.
Fucking ATM machine.
Right. Like you just needed your day paid for, your evening paid for. I was getting a taxi home. And since his house was on the way, I told him I'd get the taxi. He accused me of wanting to know where he lived.
Okay,
jeez.
God. Okay. Well, you know what?
He's like, whoa, wait a second. You're being really fucking clingy right now. I know I'm a catch.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Don't use me for my money.
It's exactly that guy. Gold diggers. The guys who complain about gold diggers who have no gold to dig.
Yeah.
Right.
Who have their mattress on the floor and you're like, really? Really?
Yeah.
My first and last blind date. He remembered to bring his mother, but forgot to bring his wallet. After I paid for all 3.
Well, then his mama can pay. If you brought your mom on a date and no money, then your mom is paying for all 3 of us. Okay,
this might be the same guy from your date, Keegan.
What the fuck?
Because she goes. After I paid for all 3, he asked me to lend him some cash.
What in the world?
For a second date because his mother liked me.
My God.
I don't even want to ask my friends to lend me cash.
No,
let alone a stranger I just met.
Stranger? No.
It's so weird and entitled.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to shame.
Yeah, me too.
Truly.
I think about that sometimes.
That's a good.
Seriously, like,
are you not embarrassed?
I really remember that being drilled into me in my childhood of like how embarrassing certain things would be if you did them.
Yeah.
And I want to know what happened to that because I don't feel like that's a thing that everybody got. I thought that was a normal thing, but I guess not.
We went too far the other way, I think is what happened. We're like, everybody's special. Everybody's amazing. And it's like,
okay, here's my story. This happened many, many years ago. I'm now happily married, not to this person. I was dating a guy, late teens, early 20s, and decided he should meet my family. He came round for a Sunday family lunch. We were eating the lunch in the sunroom, so think clear glass roof.
I love a sunroom, I gotta say.
Too.
Mm-hmm.
But I am nervous about where this is going.
He excused himself to go to the toilet. About 15 to 20 minutes later, a massive turd landed on the sunroom roof.
I was going to say 15 to 20 minutes is a long time. He's battling demons in there, you know?
No. Why is it on the sunroom roof?
Probably had to try to get rid of it.
He appeared.
Maybe it wouldn't flush.
5 minutes later, he realized he fucked up when he saw all of our faces and he immediately left the house. I discovered during the argument we had after the event that he did a massive shit in the upstairs restroom and it wouldn't flush. It was a dreaded floater. In his panic, he ran to my bedroom.
I knew exactly what happened.
Grabbed a clothes hanger, fished out his shit, and chucked it out the restroom window. We ended that relationship.
I mean, listen, it was the wrong thing to do, but sometimes when your body is in, fight or flight mode, you panic. You panic and you do the wrong thing.
Can you imagine just sitting, eating like brunch? You know, you got
having
your
cucumber
eggs,
sandwiches. Yeah. And just like,
and it's just like
splat. Well,
that's a big ass bird.
Oh God, the shame. You know what? I actually have to say respect to this guy for even having a conversation. The way I would have like GTFO'd out of that house and blocked I'd be like, that relationship is over. We don't need to revisit it. We don't need to go back. Like we're moving forward. The future is in front of us. Okay. Like I don't need to have a conversation about it. The fact that he even explains is like,
if you were in that panic mode and you thought you solved it, and then you walk in and see everybody looking up at your shit.
No. Could you? Shoot me.
Yeah,
I would not crawl out of my skin.
I'm not talking to any of y'all again, ever.
No.
I don't care if it's my friends. It could be my good friends who I've known for a long time. And if now I know every time I see you, I have to be reminded of the fact that you have seen my shit pressed up flat against a glass ceiling. No, I don't think
somebody had to clean that off.
But I don't know that we could all be friends anymore.
Exactly.
I would have to disappear.
100%. I love you guys, but I can't. I need to move on with my life. I can't be reminded of that every time I see you.
There's some things you can't come back from. You know?
Exactly. And that's one of those things. Cut your losses.
Don't throw your shit out the window.
I mean, yeah. What would you do? So I guess that's the question is like, if you clog up your date's toilet.
I go downstairs and I'm like,
can I please get a plunger? Right?
I tried to use the bathroom upstairs, but there is a turd in it.
Deny. Has nothing to do with me. I didn't do it.
Not my body. To an attorney. I don't know anything about that turd. I don't know her.
Dude, the way he got a clothes hanger, it's like, why wouldn't he try to break it apart with the clothes hanger? Also, how did he navigate putting his shit on a clothes hanger and getting it from the toilet to the window?
It's like pickup sticks. I don't know, man. That's so fucking gross. Like,
was it made of pure foam?
Like, how solid must it have been?
That's a solid turd.
It's a solid. Yeah. This is disgusting.
Yeah, no, I assure you, it wouldn't have been. Either I left it, I leave it. If nobody's outside of the bathroom when I left, I don't know. That was after me.
That was probably someone else. It was fine when I used it.
If somebody was outside the door, I'd be like, I don't know what's going on. The toilet's not working. Somebody left a floater in there.
Oh my God.
Girl, I don't know. Fuck you.
She will never admit it. Funny. She will never admit it.
It's not you.
Never.
No. You'll never know. You will never.
About it.
How will they know?
We've talked about it before. If I take a super, super smelly dump and there's somebody waiting to use the bathroom after me, it is the worst kind of pain for me.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, that person.
They know.
No.
They know. They know something very intimate about you.
Yeah.
Wow. You're connected forever. I mean, this is why I always, because we have like our regular bathroom at work, and then there are 2 bathrooms that are like individual bathrooms. 100% of the time. I don't know what's going to happen in there. 100% of the time, use the individual bathroom. Yeah. Always.
Dude, when I have to shit outside of my own house now, because we've had a bidet for a while now, the way that I'm like, it feels like going
dirty.
Backwards. Yeah, I feel dirty. That bidet just sandblasts my asshole clean. It's fucking wonderful. It is wonderful.
You know, I'm just going to go ahead and apologize to the person who wrote to us who said that they love the podcast, but they hate the poop talk, because we did not give a content warning of any kind before this conversation. And it might be one of the worst we've ever had. So
it's going to get shitty.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
My God. Well, if you guys have a terrible date story, be it short, long, about poop or not, go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstatepodcast.com, and we love you so much.
Cheers.